There's a rumor being spread about me and the crew, about something we did or was supposed to do. You might not have heard it, or maybe you had. When I first heard it, all I did was laugh. I used to get angry and all uptight. You could say what you want, just spell my name right. Because all I ever wanted from you was a rock in the house. And that's what the rumor was all about. I don't get involved in he said, she said. So take my advice to quit while you're ahead. Because one day you might just write a check that you behind can't cash. You got a big mouth. A big mouth. A big mouth. I know Stacy's jamming right now. I know Stacy Schubert is jamming right now to good old Houdini. There's rumors being spread about one Kellen Moore. That Kellen Moore might be headed to Jacksonville. That's an interesting prospect. Because, of course, you know how it is with Cowboys. We're always in the news, well, whether it's deserved or not, for everything. Kellen Moore, who was thought to be the boy genius, the next Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and he could very well be. Of course, Cowboy fans are ready to burn him at the stake. Ready to tar and feather him. Ready to get anybody but Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, they don't want no more. That's an interesting thought. I've been sitting here thinking about it. Because you can look at it and say, well, you've got one of the great young prospects that's been kind of beat up. You have the opportunity to be a head coach on the, in the NFL. That might be better than a college job. But you also could be leaving the Dallas Cowboys, which are the highest profile team in the NFL. I dare say that being the offensive and defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys is a higher profile than being the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's just my personal opinion. Because win or lose, you're going to get credit or blame and be the guy who's in the news. As much as Urban Meyer did, he really wasn't that much in the spotlight. Think about it. The head coach didn't go back with his team and ends up being in a bar with a woman who's not his wife sitting on his lap and stuff. And there's video evidence of that. He literally kicked players. His kicker called the guys he hired as assistant coaches dummies. And I will say, I still don't believe that he got as much publicity as Kellen Moore does with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a couple ways to look about the job with the Dallas Cowboys. First thing, they're going to cuss you out. You're going to get cussed out as the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. It's just a fact. No matter what you do, you're going to be looked down as an idiot. They're just going to say you suck. Because here's what's so funny to me. The Dallas Cowboys have the number 2 scoring offense, the number 2 yardage offense, and here it is, people want to fire the offensive coordinator. Could you imagine if this was, say, the Jets or the Giants? In that situation, is Kellen Moore ready for more responsibilities? And does he want this? That, I don't know. But what I do know is it's time for a haircut because this shit in the back is just getting crazy. And with all this sawdust in here, it's drying up everything. This is going to be the problem. And Cowboy fans will say, we suck and that this year's a disaster. Outside of the organization, if you are a Washington fan, if you are an Eagle fan or a Giant fan or a Jet fan, you look at guys like Will McClay and say, my God, how does he keep finding these players? We look at a guy like Anthony Brown and say he sucks, but he is actually, Pro Bowl possibility for a guy who was drafted in the 5th round. You look at a guy like Micah Parsons, who is being compared to Lawrence Taylor. You look at offensive linemen that they've drafted that are continual Pro Bowl players. And you look at what other teams have done, like Howie Roseman and I can't remember the guy in New York. You look at what they've done as far as being GMs and the bust that they bought in there. You know, people thought that Saquon Barkley was going to be the guy. You know, can't miss with that after the Cowboys showed you that having a bellwether back is key. And the guy can't stay on the field. You look at where Washington has been trying to get a quarterback forever, you know, drafting, free agency, whatever you want to call it. They can't seem to find one, and the Dallas Cowboys find one in the 4th round. You look at developing players and say, well, Dan Quinn has taken a defense that was 28th in the NFL last year and has them on the cusp of being a top 10 scoring defense and 2nd in the NFL taking the ball away. You look at guys like this and say, we'd like to have those in our front office. And you can best believe that the rumors that you're hearing about Kellen Moore to Jacksonville, I don't know if he will be interested in a head coaching job in Jacksonville or not. But it won't be the last person or team that you're going to hear about wanting guys that we have with the Cowboys. It just is the nature of the beast when you are successful. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, we ain't successful, we ain't done shit. Well, I'll tell you what, we went from 6-10 last year to right now 9-4. And you look at the changes that they made on that defense, it's not a whole bunch of named players other than Micah Parsons, which is a guy they found, drafted, and put him in the right system to succeed. There's a lot of teams that would like to have all of that. So be prepared come the end of the season to hear rumors of Dan Quinn being the next head coach for such and such. Now, if you are one of those guys, here's the problem for you. Not all coaching jobs are good coaching jobs. Let me say that again. Not all coaching jobs are good coaching jobs. Because the Lions, they're dream killers. The Lions, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've done in the past, you're not going to win there. Dan Campbell, might be a good head coach if he was in with a good organization that could do something. But you don't know. The last time somebody actually was successful in Detroit was Jim Caldwell, who was with the Colts when they were winning Super Bowls. He ended up taking the Detroit Lions. He took the Detroit Lions to the playoffs twice. And they decided, you know what? That's not good enough for us. That's not good enough for us. We'll get a Bill Belichick disciple. And we'll be in better shape. And lo and behold, here it is. It's just gotten worse. So if you have the opportunity to be a head coach, you don't want to go to someplace like the Jets. You don't want to go to someplace like Jacksonville. You don't want to go someplace like the Lions just to say, I'm a head coach. Because you won't get a job, more than likely, after that. Trust me. Jim Caldwell, who had the best record for the Lions, the fact that he had the Lions in the playoffs right there should say he's a great coach. Doesn't even get a phone call. So we'll see where that goes and see what our guys do. I'm Mark Holmes, and we're getting this stuff to you. Michael is out right now going to the post office. My man who wanted a bear one in Vegas, it's on its way. Overnighting. It'll be there. And I guess they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I guess that one won't be. I'll see you later, Pete.